I'm here to try and give you an update and walk you through the incident that started yesterday and has progressed to what we're hoping to be a rescue mission that's taking place right now in Pleasant Unity. We received a phone call before 1 o'clock in the morning that was from a family member of Elizabeth Pollard. That family member had advised us that Mrs. Pollard had gone out to look for her cat during the afternoon, yesterday afternoon, and has not since been heard from. They wanted to start a missing person investigation. We followed through with that and came down to this community that is referred to as Marguerite amongst the people who live amongst here. It is in Unity Township. To give you logistics, we are kind of in between Latrobe and Greensburg, probably only 5 or 6 miles in either direction. While we were doing our investigation, we were traveling in the area of what's known as Monday's Union. It's a restaurant. While we were here, in the back of the building, we discovered the victim's, Mrs. Pollard's vehicle, and our troopers approached the vehicle, hoping to find her in there. We did not, but what we did find was her 5-year-old granddaughter, who was in the vehicle that wasn't running, but luckily that 5-year-old was okay. The temperatures in our area were in the 20s. It was very cold last night, and during the course of our investigation, the last known sighting of Mrs. Pollard was around 5 o'clock in the evening. So that lends itself to the concern of the fact that her granddaughter was in the vehicle from roughly, we'll call it 5 o'clock until almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We, at that point in time, realized that this could be a very bad situation, and while the troopers are conducting their search, they do notice that there's a hole only a few feet away, maybe 15 or 20 so feet away, from a car that appears like it could be a potential sinkhole. And to give you the description of the size of that, the best way I could describe it maybe is the size of about a manhole. And at that point in time, it becomes basically an all hands on deck type of scenario, and all of our emergency responders are called out, to include all the local fire departments, the Westmoreland County Technical Rescue Team. The Department of Mining is out here actually working alongside of, we have an excavation team that is out here trying to move dirt so that we can try and access the hole, the sinkhole that's been created. Westmoreland County Public Safety is here, amongst many other additional organizations. I would say we probably had over 100 people here at one point in time. And we also have a rescue and search group called the PA Urban Search and Rescue Group to try and help if there's the potential for a search and a rescue, which is what we're hoping for. So with that being said, that's where our investigation stands. I have some people here to talk to you about their role in the chance for a rescue, which is what we're trying to have accomplish here today. And so I'm going to have them come up here and talk to you. I'm going to start off with Scott.
My name is Scott Graham. I'm the fire chief of Marguerite, and I'm the incident commander. Right now, our scene is still very, very active. We are still in rescue mode. As was stated, we did have equipment from all over Westmoreland County come in, specialized equipment come in. We've had to bring in a contractor with some other specialized equipment. We are working with the Bureau of Mines to be able to access the area and continue our rescue. At this point, like I said, it's still active and we are in rescue mode.
Okay, John, come over.
My name is John Batch. I'm the fire chief of Pleasant Unity Fire Department. I was assigned as the operations officer for this incident. Best thing I can tell you is there is the village of Marguerite, Pleasant Unity, and a lot of the little villages around here are old coal patch towns. Very common to find a lot of mines in these areas. Obviously a concern to have these mine subsidence issues. The hole, when we discovered it, the state police, they already had located the hole when I arrived. We did a quick look at the scene. I instantly realized that We needed some confined space rescue technicians to do that, which is I had them started immediately until Chief Graham arrived. We did a quick, hasty look over the hold with a ladder and myself in a harness and tethered to a rope, just to see if we can see somebody down in, because you couldn't even get close enough to the hole because of the way it was undermined. We were able to take a quick look and did not see a victim easily through there, and we began different search operations at that time. We've had an excavator truck from a vacuum truck, from the Municipal Authority of Westmoreland County we had here. They are still on scene that tried to be able to maneuver some dirt in an area where we think that the victim could possibly be. The mud in the thing is making it difficult for that truck to do its job like we wanted to. So the next step was to maneuver into an excavation company. We have a construction company, a Ligonier construction company, that has the proper equipment. They were able to respond. That took a disaster declaration from our local municipal leaders here, which responded graciously and quickly, as they always have for any kind of emergency situation. We're good.
Do you want to come over and talk about what an emergency declaration and what goes into that?
I'm Mike O'Bartow. I'm the chairman of the Board of Supervisors in Unity Township. And our role in this today is to provide any assistance that our EMS or fire departments or any other agency that is involved in this rescue mission. So we are here to help them in any way that we can. We have put a resolution together today, the resolution of the Township of Unity, the County of Westmoreland, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania declaring a disaster emergency. And what this does is this gives the township as well as our EMS a chance to get any bit of equipment that we may need without having to deal with a bidding process. So it's very important that we did this today, and we're here to do whatever it takes in this rescue mission. Thank you.
To follow through with some of the ancillary things that are happening here, I know Ligonier Construction was brought here. They have incredible resources, and I know for that company has the capabilities of almost moving a mountain. The people at Monday's Union at the location we're at, they have been nothing but gracious during the entire time of this incident. And the sinkhole, it appears that it was most likely created during the time while unfortunately Mrs. Pollard was walking around. There was no evidence of any time where that hole would have been here prior to her deciding to walk around looking for her cat. And so right now, the only other information I know for a fact that we maybe didn't cover, the 5-year-old grandchild is with her parents and she is fine. The family has asked for privacy. They know that we were having a press conference. They're really trying to unite as a group and try and deal with this very difficult time, and they're hoping that we get back to them with good news. And that's kind of where we left it with their family. We've interviewed the 5-year-old. We've done everything we can when it comes to trying to find any information out as to when this could have taken place. And right now we all have our fingers crossed, and we're hoping everyone keeps their family in their prayers that this ends up being a rescue mission. And that's how we're going to continue to conduct ourselves. And we've been working pretty hard. They have a ton of dirt that's already been moved outside that I was able to actually see right prior to the press conference. So with that being said, I can't thank you enough for your time. And like I said, we'll keep you updated. If we have a recovery by all means, and a reunification, then we can revisit, if the family wants to talk to you guys. If we get any pictures or anything that we're allowed to release, we'll provide that as well. And I can't thank you enough for your patience, and try and keep the little town of Pleasant Unity in your thoughts and prayers. They're very, very tight-knit group of people that live in this area. They really look out for each other, and I know that they could really use the help and some privacy. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Can you just describe the condition of the hole? I understand that it's not a very wide hole, but it is deep, right?
It is deep, and because of all of the mining that has been done, it becomes a safety concern to try and traverse and do excavation and try and do a rescue operation. So the depth of the hole, the circumference of the hole where the surface area is very small. But once you get down below the surface, it gets significantly wider, right? And it definitely becomes more difficult to try and traverse that. And then you don't want to risk somebody else or something else happening as we continue to try and look for her.
Are there any concerns of it getting bigger or another one popping up?
The person that's the mining expert is working right alongside the people that are out there moving the dirt, because he is the expert, he's a subject matter expert. I would much rather him answer that question than myself. And I could try and get you those answers, because I'm sure the people that live in the community are concerned, right? There was a sinkhole that opened up, and there's a person that potentially appears to be in that. That's something that I plan on getting better information to provide when the subject matter expert is able to take the time to educate me. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the renowned expert when it comes to the mining stuff, and I've learned a lot in the last few hours, but not enough to speak intelligently about it.
Not to put a time frame on
Yeah.
this, but are you planning to, is there a certain time where you would stop when it gets dark outside and continue on?
We're not stopping.
Could this go on for days?
We're not yet. We will continue. This is we will continue until we recover her, and I'm that's not a question that I didn't even ask anybody permission to say, but that's how we act in this community, and I know the people that I'm standing alongside with. You know, we're on caffeine or whatever you have to stay on, right, to stay up, to work through the night, and the people that are out there digging, those people, just by working with them for all the 26 years I've been a trooper, and there's no one that's going to be stopping.
So even through the night?
Oh, they'll continue to work through the night. The only way that somebody stops is a safety concern. These people don't stop. They'll bring in new people to replace them. That's not how that's not how this community operates.
Steve, has there been any signs of life? Any tapping? Any voice? Anything?
Unfortunately, we don't have anything right now, and we're hoping through the work that we're doing, unless something's happened in the last hour or so since I've been outside and since these gentlemen have been outside, we don't have any information at all. So it's, as you could imagine, I don't want to sound like saying something ridiculously obvious. It's pitch dark down there. It's very difficult to try and make out. And as much as we were in a drought, we definitely had a wet spell there for a little while. And I think that, these underground mines retain some of that moisture. And my guess is, without being the subject matter expert, that's probably part of the reason why we can't see as well down there.
And have you ruled out, I know the search overnight encompassed the woods, have you ruled out that area from where she may be?
Yeah, I just don't really feel confident that could be the case. We feel really confident that what we're doing is where she should be. That hole wasn't there earlier in the day. It wasn't there. People were here, they were working even though it wasn't open. It's close enough to the building that somebody would have seen it, and everything that the experts that did, we'll call it, observe or inspect the hole, it appeared to be newer. So with that being said, we don't feel a reason that we should be looking elsewhere. We did take the drones out. We did do the additional work to try and rule those things out. And everything and all the evidence we had pointed towards we are in the right space. It was also, and I'm gonna, again, I'm guessing 15 feet, 20 feet from where her vehicle was. So all those things would lead us to believe that we were in the exact right place. It's just a matter of now it's doing the work, and let's be honest, we need to get a little bit lucky, right? We need a little bit of luck on our side. We need a little bit of God's good blessing on our side, right? We need some of those things on our side to be successful. And there's look, and I know it's not that far away, and I'm not going to equate them to the same thing, but this area has been successful in the past. I don't know if it'll be successful this time, but we're going to do everything we can. And this community, like the people in southwestern Pennsylvania, they don't quit when it comes to trying to save somebody's life. That's just all there is to it.
Steve, was the 5-year-old able to give any information or anything to help you guys out?
Yeah.
Say, yeah, this is what happened?
So unfortunately not. You know, she was just a 5-year-old girl that was waiting in the car for her grandmother to come back. So I can only imagine what that's like while you're sitting in a car. It had to be freezing, right? Waiting for your grandma. And you know what? Thank God she stayed in the car. Thank God, because with the temperatures outside, with the fact that that hole was in close proximity to the vehicle, like that could have been horrific, right? So we were fortunate in that regard. I know that she was frightened when 2 large men in uniform are knocking on the window and asking her, trying to get her to come out of the car. I can only imagine what that would be like in the eyes of a 5-year-old child, right? So there's a lot of emotions going on in our community. It's been a rough evening going into today, and you know, we're hoping that everything comes out great for the best outcome that we can possibly get, and have this family, hopefully we get lucky and something gets reunited. So if you believe, if you have faith, if you can say a prayer, or whatever it is that you believe in, you know, ask for somebody to help, you know.
Talk about how extensive this process is. Maybe one of you can answer this, if it's not Trevor, Lamani, just how extensive a process this is and how dangerous it is to also go about.
If one of you want to come up here,
I
come
don't
over here
know,
and take that question.
He may even be the person to answer that. Just thinking, if this opens up on her, it could open up on any one of you guys out there trying to rescue her.
Within the process, within the rescue efforts, safety has been the foremost in our minds. Anybody, we roped off a certain area, anybody that entered that area, we had an accounting for. They were harnessed, they were tied off to vehicles. We limited the individuals that could enter that area. They were under supervision, you know, the entire time that they were in that particular area. We cannot judge as to what's going on underneath us because, you know, again, you had a small hole on top, but as soon as you stuck the camera down through to look, you had this big void, and it was all different depths. You know, the process is long, is tedious. We have to make sure that we are keeping safety in the forefront as well as the rescue effort. This was a coordinated effort between multiple agencies.
Is there a specific area you guys are looking at, and what kind of you seen from the camera view, what it's like down?
Can you say that again, please?
Could you describe a little bit of what you've seen in the camera and from the area of the creators?
John, you want to do that one?
Yeah.
We saw the camera.
Yeah, just to be clear, I mean, there's a lot of agencies that are here. We've used a lot of resource, a lot of technology. Westmoreland County Department of Public Safety provided us with a couple of different cameras. One was a pole camera that we were able to put down. It has a listening device on it. There were no sounds, anything. It's an extremely, it picks up very well. So there was no sounds that were picked up. We were able to see with the one camera. The other one was a rover camera that was able to put down in the area. The one camera, we did find a what appears to be a shoe, and it is, let's just say it's a modern shoe, not something you would find in a coal mine in Marguerite in 1940. So it's a modern type shoe. So we're fairly confident that we're doing the right thing in the right place at this point. The other technologies, there are several different things we've been looking. We've used drones, we've used thermal imaging cameras to try to be able to get a good look to make sure we couldn't physically, quickly, easily see somebody, and that wasn't the case. We're hoping that there's a void that she could still be in. The problem is a confined space rescue, anybody that's involved with the fire service, emergency management services at all, confined space rescue is a very intricate It can be a grueling rescue to deal with. You have to be very careful, and the safety is utmost importance. We've been monitoring the air levels inside of the shaft the whole time since we've been here. So a lot of little things like that have been going on. But there's, at this point, where our next step to do this safely was to bring in the excavation crew, is why they're here and doing what they're doing now.
And the temperature down there, of course, it's warmer than it is up here.
Actually, yes, it's warmer there, and the all oxygen levels have been perfect. No carbon monoxide, no CO, no explosive gases, anything. So, the atmosphere, what we've been monitoring, has been perfect at this point. So we that's why we still have some hope that there's a void, and we'll be able to get there with the excavation company.
This might seem like a common sense question, but so many, we all have iPhones, we all have phones now.
Sure.
Did she have a phone on her at all, or was it left behind in the car?
Yeah, we don't have any communication to try and connect with her, and believe me, we've tapped every resource possible. So I appreciate everybody's time and their consideration in the matter, and if we can try to avoid bothering the family, right? Mondays has been spectacular. Did I reiterate that hole wasn't there? Did I cover that part? That hole wasn't there until sometime yesterday, most likely, unfortunately, when she was standing over it.
You had mentioned hunters were out of the area. They did not see the hole.
No, we had people that went hunting from this parking lot, and that hole wasn't there. So we're hoping for the best, right? We're hoping for the best, and we're saying our prayers. So I appreciate it. If you could just give them a little bit of privacy. The establishment's been great, so if we can try and honor, we have kind of like a setup area for you guys for when it comes to catching some of the excavation. I know that there's a lot of people that are concerned. If we could just try and be considerate of all the people that live here in this community, that's all I could ever ask. And thanks, and I think you guys have to all get back to work, right? We got to get back to the rest of the work. Thank you. Thank you, guys.